All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Saiki K, Season 2, Episode 6. Emu, you are, you. Yeah. And it is wonderful to see you in action.
Yeah.
But you will not beat Terahashi.
Yeah. Unfortunately, God is on Terahashi's side.
Right. Even if Terahashi were to ask God to help you out instead, I don't know if that would work.
I think it would be like, you get, the crumbs off the table.
Right, exactly.
Premium meal. But, that's something.
That is something.
That's something. I mean,
Yeah.
It's a little bit.
Yeah.
You are cute.
That's true.
You are acknowledged a little bit by Saiki.
You are or were less annoying than Terahashi, but now if you actually start to like Saiki, maybe that was short-lived. Yeah.
But I would love to see the other characters kind of respond a little bit more to her, kind of trying to gain followers and stuff and build her own cult. And they're like, oh, yes, absolutely. But then when Terahashi does that, they tear off their uniforms and everything. She's like, nope, what? No,
Watch, she ends up running into Terahashi's brother, and she's like, this person, surely I will be able to get to follow head over heels for me because he's her brother. So he wouldn't think she's that cute anyways.
Yeah. Little does she know.
Yep.
Suffering. I just want to see her at some point with the big shadow over her forehead. Her
right.
eyes
You
dead.
don't see. Yeah. Either flat pupils or you just don't see the eyes. They're just
right. Yeah. I love the flat pupils ones especially. But yeah. Let's see what this new dynamic brings, and also maybe bring some
more first years into
more
it.
First years. Yeah. So y'all, without further ado, let's get into this. All right, everyone, now be sure to go check out the reaction portion of the video in the description below, then come back here for the discussion.
Judgment lights up.
Yes.
Oh my god.
This was perfect.
Holy shit.
We got ourselves an arc beginning with a crash on deserted island with Saiki's shenanigans, making it so that it's unique and not just
it will never be rescued.
Nope, never be rescued. There's no way they could survive on this island either.
Nope. Well, Mera might.
Well, Mera might, but she would end up eating them, eventually.
Exactly. Eventually the food would run out, and then the food
would be eaten as...
There'd be a bit more of creative liberty taken with that definition.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Like poor Kaido, who's the most, panicked and kind of reasonable one there of, no, this is really bad. We need to have a plan, right now.
But Kaido, you pathetic fool. You thought that Mera would be the first one to die if it came down to that? No. She would be the one that you would need to, tie up to a palm tree or something and be like, okay.
I love the idea that she went out into the wild and made herself a spear.
Right.
That's not easy necessarily.
Nope.
It makes sense. Everyone should know, theoretically how to do it. Mm-hmm. But, what? Did she, make her own string, basically? If we looked at the spear that she had there, I'm pretty sure there was actual, string attached to the stick as well.
I probably, she'd have to get the spearhead on it somehow.
Yeah, there's the spear. There's the spear. She has a bow! She has a
freaking bow! And leather bracers and stuff to be able to use the bow more safely. Holy shit.
Forget that. Just making arrows in general.
Yeah.
She's actually been using the bow with any seriousness. No wonder things got a lot faster, efforts-wise once Mera joined up, once they were able to convince her. This will get us back to where the food is.
Exactly.
This food, you want this food again?
Yep.
Yeah, you'll need to help us build this raft.
And she legit felt bad about the fact that she ate all their food. So she was like, okay, also, because there's the part of it that's yes, making fun of Mera because haha, she was poor, so she was really hungry, and so she tries to find food wherever she can.
Right.
But she is also used to taking care of her siblings, so she knows how to get food for other people. So, the idea of her eating all of the food is probably something that would be the biggest, mess up in her mind, if she's trying to take care of her siblings, So it's the, okay, yeah, I scurry off into the woods. And
at this point, I'm seriously doubting the reasons as to why Mera's family is poor, because there's the possibility that it's just that Mera has eaten them out of
house and home,
and it's just no, this is where we're at right now, and
It's a vicious cycle.
it's a vicious cycle. Yeah. It's like those people that are such intense athletes that their metabolism goes to such stupid levels that they have to eat like 6,000 to 10,000 calories a day,
Right,
Just,
it's just like
to maintain where they're at.
Yeah.
Like that isn't even them in their active state.
It is, yeah. It was really fun growing up because we come from a family with a lot of boys, right? And the grocery runs that our family would make versus like the grocery runs that other families would make were night and day.
And there was a fight for seconds. Like you wouldn't get seconds usually. It would just
you eat fast, you know.
Right. Yeah.
so Mara's a great joke and everything, but there's elements of it that is based off of something that's, you know,
all too real.
So
do you think you would be like
I would be helpless on that.
No, I was gonna say, which of the characters in this crew here would you be if you were on the deserted island? Which of the Saiki K characters of the cast would you be?
That's tough. I feel like I would.
Would you be?
I don't panic.
Would you be Aren?
I think
Kuboyasu?
I think I would be Kuboyasu because like he's not necessarily helpful here. I'm not like Aren in general, but I don't panic easily. Like so I.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, I don't know who I would be. I feel like on some level I would be maybe Chio. I'm like trying to think like I'd be imagining like, well, we'll just live here now, right? Like who am I gonna end up with? Like that's basically I think what I would be with. I would be like, okay, this is my life now. All right, let's try and live as long as possible. Just hope that, you know, someone comes, because I'm not going to save us. Nope. So I'd just be looking around like, who's the potential partner that we can...
Now that I think about it, though, there could be a part of me that might end up being similar to Mara in some cases, where I'd be like, okay, I might not necessarily have a lot of confidence in the people I'm here with. There's a limited supply of food.
And you've got a lot of meat on you.
Right, like if someone were to be determined to be like this person is you know like small people survive kind of a thing, you know, like
exactly.
Like from voting, you know, standpoint, right? I might be in danger here, like.
But it's funny because a lot of times in these kinds of situations, it's just the biggest people that make the rules so that the small people don't rise up and be like, well, you require the most food and resources
so it makes the most sense.
So it makes the most sense to kill you.
Right.
Sorry.
Yeah, but I like to think I would keep a fairly level head, you know, all things considered.
Yeah,
but
I've had a lot of like physical level ups, I would say, in life over the last like 10 years or so. So like I could swim really well, just in general, but I think my expertise in regards to this would be with regards to maybe building stuff, but I wouldn't know the first thing about how to make the things that would keep the things I build sound, you know, like like making vine strings. No, God, no, I can.
Fuck no. Yeah.
I can think about how it should theoretically work, but you know,
right. The thing that I would probably think of is like, okay, maybe if we're in a place where it doesn't get too stormy. No, because the water would be super cold, so that wouldn't work out.
No, the
elements, I was going to say, the
exposure would be pretty brutal.
Because if you have a big enough log, you don't need to make anything with it. You can just hug it, and you won't sink. But hypothermia is a bitch.
Yeah.
So, you know,
at night you would
absolutely be
and you need
fucked.
to be able to sleep.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you won't be able to go out in the ocean for more than like 2 days without sleep.
Well, right, that's the other problem.
You need to be able to consume something at the very least to regenerate.
But the ocean is such a big body of water. It doesn't heat up like a lake does. It doesn't. You know,
it's just cold.
Yeah, it's fucking cold.
Yeah,
so
body temperature would go too low and you would just die.
You just die.
Exposure.
It's
scary as fuck. And I totally resonate with Kaido, but I think my internal like state would be such that I'd be like,
if you were 15,
so much.
If you were 15,
my
maybe you would react
self
like
would
Kaido.
be Kaido. Yes.
Yeah.
Kaido is the most reasonable and realistic of a response to this whole situation.
Yep.
In fact, it's almost it's almost eerie how little they are confused by Saiki's lack of response in this whole situation.
Saiki doesn't even move his lips when he talks, so...
Well, but they don't necessarily see that.
Sure.
They just assume they're missing it, you know?
Right, exactly.
Yeah. But the fact that we've now got them building a raft that Saiki will then use of the powers of God itself to make sure...
God and anime.
Yes, God and anime. To take this raft out into the open water beyond the horizon so they can't even see the island and then teleport them right next to Japan while they're asleep so that they somehow got there really quickly. There you go.
Yep. It's
Wonderful.
a good plan.
It's a really good plan, yeah.
Yep. I like that Psycho is not adjusting to this well.
And also wandering into the
forest
that
right,
they're
like
near.
the I don't want to eat the food of the peasants, or, you know, not accepting blame for, you know, what happened or whatever, all that stuff. Okay.
Right.
But going into the forest, that was like an ominous, like, this is going to turn into some sort of murder mystery stuck on an island kind of thing.
It could.
What's the deal there? Maybe it's just that this story has never had something where it actually would potentially carry over into an episode or whatever.
Very possible.
So it's like, just throw something in there just to keep people's attention, you know?
Yes.
But
oh my
like,
gosh.
this will be the first time when we go into a new episode where we're gonna have to be like, oh yes, so the things that happened in the previous episode are actually like definitely relevant,
Right.
You know,
and also the fact that we've now seen someone else remove the pins, like in that measure there, like. I believe
that's only happened like
Teruhashi
2
did that.
times before.
Well, right. I think Teruhashi was the other person to do it in the time with Saiki.
Oh my God! Yes, she's always the one removing his pins.
Removing them because she's nervous about how they will, you know.
Because she pays so much attention to Saiki is the thing.
Right, but because he's used his telepathy to make people see that as normal.
She doesn't bat an eye at it, but it is still something of like, oh, if he turns his head, maybe this would be uncomfortable.
Right, which is just so funny to think about that they've never seen him asleep. Only Teruhashi has, really.
Oh.
Like, outside of this instance, really. It was just Teruhashi that one time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, There could be some ways in which Saiki needs to be very careful, because depending on how long they're on the raft, there's a possibility that he'll need to sleep.
Right.
And he can't just teleport away until they fall asleep.
When they're on the raft. He could do that on the island and just be like, oh, I'm watching somewhere else.
Right, and there's a possibility that they won't be able to fall asleep because they're so nervous about the water and everything.
Yep.
And Saiki, you also need to be there to make sure the thing doesn't sink. So there's some
Right.
there's some factors that could come into play when they're out in the water that makes this really, really nerve-wracking for Saiki.
The idea of Saiki just going back home while he's like thinking of what to do and uses the time difference to, you know, just whatever, right? Because everyone else will be asleep at that time. That's great. I love it.
Yeah.
But that won't work all of the time. So. Yeah.
Especially if they have someone who's going to be a bit unruly. I would actually love to see them go in as a group and be like, we need to drag him out here.
Sure.
Like kicking and
You're
screaming.
coming with us. And he's like, no.
We'll knock you out. Like, we'll literally...
Sick him.
Oh, man. What if Saiki needs to use his powers, and he needs to come up with an explanation that's not that he has powers? What if it's that this is Kaido's moment of his power truly awakening?
No.
And Kaido does something.
Oh my God.
That saves them.
But then Saiki would just make it so that it's normal for people to have powers because telepathy, and then other
Kaido's
people have
unique.
powers. And,
No. He wouldn't do a worldwide telepathy thing. This is
Kaido
just for Kaido.
is special. Then Dark Reunion would start up as they're like, there's this person that needs to be sealed away.
Yeah, that somehow got onto an island, you know, next to South America, like Argentina and Chile.
Oh my God.
I'm actually really like,
yeah,
I'm really
you know,
interested in this.
That could happen.
Because what's going to happen at some point is this island's going to be discovered, and there's going to be all this shit that's still here.
Yeah.
And they're going to be like, what the fuck happened here?
But there's no bodies. Like, what happened?
Right.
Yeah. The idea of Saiki getting groceries.
Snake corpses everywhere.
Right. Oh, no, there was an indigenous people that lived here, but this island's so small. How would that even work?
Couldn't even sustain like a population.
Must have
of
been a
5,
seafaring people, you know, but there's like cartons of Cheetos.
I would just love the idea that Saiki every once in a while comes back to this island if he wants to get away from everything, and he just knows there's no way anyone ever
Nope.
could bother him. So now he has this privately owned island, much like Psycho,
Oh, man. But yeah, and the idea that, of course, Saiki would never have been on a boat before because he can teleport.
Why would he ever go on a boat?
But he's petty enough and prideful enough that he's like, no, this definitely isn't seasickness.
It's some kind of unknown illness. Yeah, some
so he's
strange
seasick.
illness.
No, it's something else. I would not get seasick.
I am me. I am
Right.
I will not be beaten by my equilibrium being slightly off to the point that I get nauseous and have
I can
a headache.
make myself the origin of the universe with regards to how everything moves, and like, no, a boat rocking back and forth.
Nothing. Does nothing to me.
Yeah.
I will say though, this episode made me really sad that we can't just, now that we've watched it, go and watch the English dub equivalent so I can hear Psycho's voice
I know.
through all this.
I know.
And especially Mera's voice actress doing and then Chio being
Chio
like,
understanding
I understand.
Oh my god, the idea, like, it's such a just a simple joke that's just quick and not even like really brought up again, but that Chio's ramblings are so inane.
Yes.
That they're kind of similar.
They're adjacent.
They're
cousins
adjacent. Yeah, it's a different dialect.
Also, Kaido saw the fourth wall. Like he does have powers.
He
though.
doesn't. Yeah, and no one else can
What
see
the
it.
fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
All right.
Such a good show.
So good.
My face hurts after every episode.
I know.
I'm
It's
smiling
just
too
perfect.
much.
But y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get an early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general, and also be sure to check out our Twitch channel.
We stream every weekday. The info's in the description.
Yeah, so if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all
Next time.